Welcome back, everybody. It's Rama from Junk Journal Divas. Hello, my friends. It's Rama. I am back. I finished some Diva Delights to go out before I leave on Thursday for my vacation at the beach. So I thought my Diva Delight project, let's do beach theme. This is one of my favorite themes to do. Also, I just love the colors. So in this video, I am playing with my background papers are that's DigiKit that I have in my shop that are my jelly prints. I'm also using all of these focal points are from Art House Whimsy. And you guys, all month, I've got all the links to this stuff in my video description, but all month long, Art House Whimsy is offering 50% off your purchase with the promo code Rama July. So thank you to Tracy for that promo code. First thing that I do in the video is I'm playing with a bunch of different pastes. Now, if you've noticed, Tim Holtz has the texture paste, then he has the translucent texture paste, and then he has the sparkle texture paste. So I wanted to kind of show the difference between those. And then I also use some crackle paste, some lunar paste, and all of this stuff is from YANETTE. If you don't know about YANETTE, I'm always talking about her. She sells all the Tim Holtz products. So all that stuff and more is in her Facebook group, and all that information again is in my video description. She's a fantastic lady, and I just like to support my crafty friends. Okay, so let's take a look at these. Let me start with this one first because this is the only one that I use the crackle paste on. So I used the crackle paste. I also used some spray. I'm gonna hold it up here and move it around. You can see the crackle paste. I also put some stickles stuff around here. I just kind of move it around so you can see a bit. And then on the backs of them, of course, I put my little name thing, and I did a little bit of stencil with some ink. Left my fuzzy stuff there, my yarns. Okay, so that was the crackle. Now this one, again, if I hold it up here, you can see kind of here where I don't have, because I went over this with some lunar paste. But there's some areas here that you can see that sparkle. So it's just like the glitter that is in the translucent paste. And then you can see I went over some stickles there. So this one is this translucent sparkle. And I also added some lunar paste on top of there. And that's the copper color. And again on the back, same back. Okay, so this one is the translucent, just translucent without the sparkle. Now I did go over top of this, which you're gonna see next, with a little bit of lunar paste, and this one was the cookie dough, so it's very light, just has some shimmer. You can see again, I went around with some stickles, some stuff here. Get my charm. I've got my fuzzy yarns. These are the sari ribbons that I have in my shop. The printed sari ribbons. And then we're moving on to, these are just the texture paste. Okay, so this one, so I did the texture paste and then I went over top of it with that cookie dough lunar paste. And I kind of used a white pen. If you can see, like here, I just did some mark making, and here, stickles around. So I just wanted to add lots of layers and fun texture to these. And then this one, life's better in flip-flops. So this one is just the texture paste, and I was trying to outline, because if you can see, that's the white texture paste. I layered it up. This is one stencil, and then I put a little bit of the fish scale stencil. And I was trying to just kind of outline little areas to make it pop more, and I couldn't find anything that really showed up except for this gold pen. So you can see this one. And then the last one, the beach is always a good idea. So you can see here, I did a little bit of white in here too, not very much. Some stickles around here, and you can see that paste in the background here. I just left that as is. Okay guys, so let's get started here. And I'm going to show you my experiment with all of the different pastes first, and then we will put all of the elements together. So let's get started here, and don't forget to check out the video description for all of that information and the Art House Whimsy promo code, good for all of July. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, you can see the backgrounds that I'm starting with are really fun. These are my, again, these are my jelly prints, and I just picked a couple of them, 2 of them, I guess, to use. I also grabbed some paints, and I am starting out with these pastes, the texture paste that comes in opaque, sparkle, and translucent. So that is what I'm starting off with, and I got some stencils. And I'm going to start, this is just the opaque. So for this one, I want to try to add a little bit of paint. I've never added paint to the texture paste before, so I wanted to give this a try. And you guys, again, even the paint, all of this stuff that I'm using, YANETTE has available. So I'm speeding this up a little bit so that the video isn't too long, but just showing, putting it on with this stencil. And this doesn't go over the whole way, so I did have to pick it up and kind of move over a little bit. And then I'm just adding little bits here and there. So that's one. And I'll just use the rest of this paste to go on this one. And then I think I will do just some plain white, because that will really show up and pop on these colors for my backgrounds. And I'm going to layer, so I'm going over top of the stencil I just did, and I kind of like this, just really adding a bunch of layers on there with different stencils, different mediums. And then we'll do some white on this one, and this is one of my favorite stencils. I love circles. Okay, so now we're going to try the translucent. So this just, it dries translucent, of course. It looks like it's going to be white, but it dries translucent. And this is really great. It looks wet. So this is great for like ocean. It's also really great for holiday and winter things because it looks kind of icy. So now that these dried, I'm just testing out different things to kind of highlight the edges of some of my texture paste, just to kind of make it pop a little bit more. I have 2 gel pens, the white one and this gold one. Now the gold just kind of showed up a little bit better on some of them. And I didn't like my paint marker at all, so I pretty much just used the gel pens. Now this one is the translucent also, so it's not showing up right now. And I thought, let me put some lunar paste on top of this. And you guys, you can see here, it just really starts to pop, and you can see that design of the stencil and the texture. And this one is, I think this one is the cookie dough. So it's just really light, like a champagne kind of color. So I like that better already. Now this one is the crackle, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with this one. I'm gonna add a little bit of a spray. So this is one of Tim Holtz, his metallic sprays. So I like this, and I'm gonna add a little bit to this other one. So let's just add a little bit of spray there. So that just kind of jazzed it up a little bit more. And then this one I think I'll just leave as is. Okay, so moving on. This one is the translucent sparkle. So this is translucent, and it just has a little bit of glitter in it. It's kind of hard to see. This one is the translucent, just plain, no glitter in it. So you can see it looks kind of wet. It looks great as is, but I was just exploring, playing with all different stuff and adding to it to see what happened. Now this one is just the texture paste and the different colors that I layered up. So here you're going to see when I add the lunar paste how it just kind of makes that stuff pop a little bit more. So I do like coloring the texture paste, but this was just kind of cool also to add that, you know, metallic look, and just kind of adds a little bit of dimension. So I'm just gonna add a little bit to this guy. And you guys, I love the lunar pastes. They're great. There's so many uses for them. So if you're just starting out playing with different mediums, the lunar paste is great to start out. It also dries really fast, which I like. And then this one is the cookie dough again, and you can just see how it makes that pop. And you still can tell that it's translucent. It's really hard to see a lot of this stuff in the video. I'm just going to add a little bit with my gel pen and do some mark making on here. So now I've got my focal points from Art House Whimsy. Now these do come with a background, but I cut them out because I just wanted the focal points, and I backed them with black cardstock. I'm just kind of deciding which one I want on which tag. And then I also have some sentiments that, again, I backed on the black cardstock. I like doing that because it just really makes things pop. So now I'm just going to play some music because I'm really just putting the elements together here. And I'm just showing a little bit of this part. And then I have some other little things, making my dangles, and a little tip for adding your tag toppers also. So that's coming up. Okay guys, it's the next day. I've got my coffee in hand, and in my mug it says, after 25 years, you're still hotter than this coffee. Which isn't saying much because I always put ice cubes in my coffee. I'll put like 2 ice cubes in because I don't like it hot. And it's kind of funny because my father-in-law and I are the only 2 coffee drinkers, and we get up at the same time in the morning. He makes his coffee first and puts it in the microwave because he likes it super hot, and then I make mine and put ice cubes in. But anyway, I'm having my coffee, revisiting my tags, and I want to finish these up. And I remembered I have these little beads. So they've got the holes in them, but there is no way to attach them. So I'm just going to show you quickly, just in case you don't know how to turn these into a little dangle, a little charm. Now these I pulled. These are from my diva sister Cynthia, and they already have the little, you know, the little circles on that so they can attach. But if you don't have that, I'm going to show you here. We're going to use these guys. Okay, so let me put my coffee over here. Okay, so we've got these. This one is a flathead. It's called a pin, a bead pin. And then they also make, you can see this one with the loop. So for this one, you would have the loop, your beads or whatever you want to put on it, and then you'd make another loop so it could have a little dangle on it, you know, also. But we're going to use these. And then I've got my round nose pliers here, and I just have another pair of pliers. These are kind of curved, but you can use regular. So you can just put it on here. I like to add a little seed bead or something, so I grabbed these guys, and let's just see, let's put some on here. I don't know if this is going to be too big. Nope. So, whoops, there we go. That's what we have so far. And then I'll just put some at the top. And I just kind of grabbed some and put on there. Okay, and then we're gonna hold it so it's the whole way down here. And I'm gonna take this just, oh my goodness, like a smidgen above where the bead is. And I'm gonna bend it at an angle here, like that. Then I'm going to use my needle or my round nose pliers, and I just kind of gauge this, like I pinch right here, and then I just kind of start. You can see how my hands went because I'm going to roll it towards me. So I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to roll this towards me until I get like about, you can see like right over top of the bead. You want it like the straight line, and then you can just get this in here, let's see, and take that wire and roll it back. Okay, so we're got that. And then to keep the shape of the circle, I'm gonna leave this on my round nose pliers. And then I'm going to take the end of this wire and I'm going to wrap it around that top part. This is kind of hard to do when I'm trying to keep everything on camera. So let's see here. This one isn't perfect, but it's still good. So there we go. So guys, I'm finishing like putting my tags together here, and I wanted to show something else. And maybe this is something that is obvious, but if you've been doing junk journals and just playing around and creating for a while, you know there's so many things that I see that I'm like, duh, that's so easy. Why didn't I think of that? So I wanted to show something. If you are adding a bunch of fibers at the top, like, so these are all my my printed sari pieces. So I took 2 pieces of that. Now they can tear. So like this one, I just cut the end of it and then I tore it, so it's got those nice frayed edges. But it's still kind of thick. So I'm going to put these pieces together, and then if you twist it, so twist it just a little bit, and then take that twisted part and poke it through. And if you can see here, like it's very easy to find the middle then, because otherwise it can be very annoying trying to figure that out. So maybe this helped somebody. Maybe it's very obvious. I don't know. But I thought I would share. So I left the little strings, and I'm just adding my toppers and adding my charms. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know which tag is your favorite. And I will see you after my vacation in a week for some more crafty adventures. Thanks for watching.